Come on in. Come on in.
Good evening,
Come
everybody.
on in. Love me some Sandra Edwards Martin. Come on in, everyone.
Hey there, Janice.
Miss Janice Robinson. Janice got a project coming up, y'all. She need all this information tonight.
Oh yeah. We gotta get it set up for sure. Vetted contractors.
Definitely.
Capital V.
We're going to give everyone a few minutes to come on in. Welcome to our second virtual renovation loan conversation with myself, Loans by Natasha, and I'm going to be introducing my special guest here soon, but we're going to let you guys come on in. I see we got Heavy D on the line. Heavy D, you're going to be doing some heavy construction. Patricia, come on in.
Welcome. Get your coffee if you need it. I know some of y'all had a long day. So get your coffee, caffeine, so we can get all this information.
Dropping gems today. Heavy D said, I hope so. Wait, I only bring the real to when I come on Zooms and lives and videos, we bringing you guys some real knowledge. For those of you who don't know me, I'm gonna introduce myself when we start the presentation, but I do renovation. And the number one thing is I need a contractor. And I need you to have a contractor so you can make me look good and I can close deals on time. I can't refer contractors. It's against my license, but I can introduce you to someone who is a contractor and who can refer contractors to you in the future. So we're going to give everyone, it's 6 o'clock on the dot. So excited about my on-time people. So we're going to give them a good 3 minutes, and we are recording this. So that way we can go ahead and share this with you guys later, but we know your time is important. So we'll give them a good 3 minutes to get started, and then we'll go ahead and get you guys started.
Yeah, they're coming on in. Aisha.
Natasha, this is Sandra. I
Hey.
do need good referrals because my client got burned last time. And I don't want that to happen to any more of my clients. So
I totally understand. And that's exactly why I did this. And Sandra, this is hot off the press. The first time that I've ever did this before, I was at an event and I saw Mr. Russell, and did I see you or did I just see your wife? I think I saw your wife.
Yeah. We was there. Yeah.
You was there. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? And that was probably 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, this is what we need. And we're going to bring this to you guys because I know it's what you need. And that is what it's all about, is connecting the dots. Like, the key to success is collaboration. Now that the market has slowed down a little bit. Well, it's supposed to have been slowing down, but I've been going all day. I've learned that collaboration is the key to success. Doesn't matter who you are, how much you can make it rain. You can be the top originator in a city doing renovation loans and still have a terrible construction process. So basically, collaborating with that, is definitely the key to success.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Kelvin, you trying to get back on the first slide?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Pressure, man. So much pressure. That's okay.
Go.
Bring it on. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, welcome you guys. And Natasha, like you said, that was literally a couple of weeks ago. We ran into Natasha at a great event and had a great conversation with her. And I'm truly appreciative of because we all know the force that she is in this city and what she's doing to help our communities and help people get into homes and fix those homes up. So looking to do our part here to bring you guys some great, qualified, vetted contractors. We got a lot of experience and been through a lot of ups and downs with people. So I think we got a point now where we can really help a lot of people out. So we'll be talking about that tonight.
Yes, I love it all. And I am going to see how to get this chat up because I know team, I'm supposed to do the chat, but I don't see it. So if I'm a little delayed, you can send me a buzz or text me. I'm gonna figure out how to get it up after I introduce Mr. Russell here. So it is 6:03. So as promised, we are going to get started. And before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Miss Nina Gonzalez on the line. Nina, you want to say hello to everyone? We got Miss Nina Gonzalez on the screen. Thank you so much.
Hey, how you doing?
She just finished a Zoom right before this one. So like I said, we're always working, trying to share information. But my name is Natasha Robinson. I am your loan officer, and I specialize in renovation loans. On my scanner, which you have here today, is not an application. It is a link where you can scan and you can schedule an appointment to get a full renovation presentation from myself or from Nina Gonzalez. In addition to that, you may be looking for a renovation loan. You may be looking for down payment assistance. You may be looking for anything. And if it's something that we cannot do, we will definitely refer you to that right lender. So this scan code is just a questionnaire to see what you need, so that way we can make sure we direct you into the right place. And we do have a lot of people coming in, but like I said, we are going to get started here just because we want to value everyone's time. I do specialize in renovation loans. It's not just FHA 203K. I tell everybody, if you say FHA 203K, say all day, because we're closing them all day and we're closing them on time. But FHA is not your only option. We do have conventional renovation loans. We do have VA renovation loans. And yes, VA means 100% financing, 0% down on a property. Conventional loans, we can go to $1.3 million on a 4-unit property. Purchase price and renovation.
I'm learning. I got money to
have to
make.
mute them.
Mute.
Bucket naked.
That's right.
Hit that mute button.
But we could go to 1.3 million with just 5% down. What does that mean for us? And for a lot of you on this call that have, you know, born and raised West Side, South Side, in different areas where we had to fake it till we can make it and do what we had to do and live in certain areas that didn't have the best school districts. Well, now you can move to another area and spend $1.3 million up to a 4-unit property and include renovation. We're not telling you have to do that, but conventional will award you that opportunity. So we have many different programs, but for today, I want to introduce you to a contractor and a person connected. Do you hear what I'm saying, y'all? Connected to contractors. The hardest part of a renovation loan, and I say it every day in my sleep, I dream about what I say, is finding a contractor. And guess what? I got a contractor in my office, so when y'all see him coming through with this ladder, that's how you know we're doing renovation in the office tonight. But with that being said, it is the hardest part, and every contractor is not a good contractor. And just because he's your uncle and your cousin, if he Uncle Pookie, it does not mean he is going to be the best contractor for you. And even though he has the lowest price, he is not going to be the best contractor for you. And just so you guys know that I don't think, and I'll let Kelvin tell you, that you can renovate a basement that has no walls, drywall, or electrical plumbing for $8,000 anymore. This is 2023. So I am bringing you guys this Zoom tonight because what I want you to do is understand how much things cost, understand how to find a contractor, understand how to screen your contractor, and know that there are loan products available for you. This is not an easy loan. You have to have time to watch this Zoom, time to screen your contractors. You have to have that to have a successful renovation project. And if you do, you can gain a lot of equity. I work with a lot of the REO agents out in the industry, and they will take a Natasha Robinson pre-approval over cash if it's higher, because I can close in 37 days or less. And I have proven that to many people. So I've said enough. This isn't my show. You can scan the QR code or email me if you want to get a video or a Zoom or presentation on renovation loans. But for now, I would like to introduce to you, I am so blessed for him to be here, Mr. Kelvin Russell from the Renovation Room, so he can give you guys all the tea on finding contractors and get you guys to the finish line. So welcome, Russ. Kelvin.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, Natasha. You know you're hard to follow.
Hi, Natasha. I don't know if you remember me.
Hey, Erica.
How you doing, Erica?
Hello, Russell.
Yeah, you know you're hard to follow, right, Natasha?
But we're gonna drum it up for you. We're gonna drum it up for you. You got the real information. I got the energy, but you got the contracting, so you're more valuable than me.
Yeah, we about to come with it, because this is, like you said, this is one of the hardest parts. I know from experience. I know from people's experiences over the years, seeing good and bad, been seeing it all. You know, it is a difficult part to the renovation loan process. So we're here to, my role in this, as far as the renovation room, First of all, I represent the Renovation Room, a community that's over 6 years old now. Currently, our main Facebook group is over 32,000 members and adding over 100 a week. And our basic goal is to link the community with quality contractors. That's what the goal was from the beginning. And 6 years later, that's what it still is. And we've improved quite a bit. We've been through quite a few contractors and linking them with clients. We've had to make some separations. But more importantly, we've learned a ton of lessons, and I hope to share a great amount of that with you guys tonight. And going forward, as we're always here, I always tell people I'm here to serve, and I truly mean that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my purpose, and I recognize that. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, we'll be talking about how to find the right contractor fit for your project, your renovation loan project. That's very important, of course, because it'll make or break your project, literally. So let's go ahead and get started here. So of course, it's finding the right contractor for your home renovation loan, a guide to securing a competent and reliable partner for your 203K loan project. And not just 203Ks, again, like as Natasha spoke on, there are all types of different renovation loans out there. And we want to try to work to fulfill great contractors for all types of renovation loans, from smaller ones to the full big gut rehabs. We want to take care of it all.
And I don't want to cut you off, but I just want y'all to hear the word competent and reliable. Okay.
Absolutely.
I want to emphasize on that.
Absolutely. Competent, reliable, paperwork together, capitalize, the whole nine. We're not playing anymore. Because here's one thing I also want to speak on. The city of Chicago is absolutely not playing anymore. A lot of these other municipalities are not playing anymore. What I mean is that with the inspections, and I'm gonna speak on this inspection process, the permits, they are enforcing the new code change that went in effect in 2020. That's fully being enforced now in the city of Chicago, and for sure. I know this by experience. So you definitely want to make sure you get the right contractor for your renovation loan and get through the process.
We do have a quick question. I'm not going to ask all the questions, but they do want to know, how do you verify their competency? And I don't think it's for you to verify, but how do you verify, or how does someone verify a contractor's competency?
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to touch on that, but okay. quickly, I mean, I can definitely go over it real quick. First of all, paperwork, license, insurance, get that certificate of insurance they sent. And not only getting that certificate, but you can also call that insurance company on that certificate to make sure that it's an active policy. In these days of social media, you can literally go online, Google, you could type in somebody's business name or their personal name, get a lot of information that way. Online, Facebook business page, website. It's a ton, Google, Better Business Bureau. I'm gonna cover a lot of that in this presentation, but there are a lot of the great thing about today with social media, with technology, there's a ton of ways to do your own homework on finding a competent and reliable and contractor for your project. So Sister Natasha explained this eloquently at the beginning, but I'm just going to basically cover the introduction to home renovation loans. A home renovation loan is a financial product designed to provide funds for both purchasing or refinancing a home and renovating it all in one loan. Basically, it's a great product, and great, especially in our communities in the South and West Sides and wherever our communities are, because as we all know, take a quick drive through Harvey, through Inglewood, through Roseland, through a lot of our communities, and you see there's still a ton of work to be done. So I'm as a contractor and investor and homeowner myself, I'm very excited about this product and what we could possibly do with it. Unlike traditional mortgages, which typically only cover the cost of the home purchase itself, renovations loans offer the flexibility to include renovation expenses in the same loan package. So what specifically is a 203K loan? This is the one we hear about the most. So basically, it's a FHA 203K loan provided by the Federal Housing Administration. Basically, again, and restating what I stated above, enables borrowers to finance home purchases and renovation costs in a single loan. It's ideal for buying fix-up properties or upgrading existing homes. These loans cover renovation expenses based on the home's projected post-improvement value, making them a convenient option for home buyers and homeowners seeking upgrades without upfront renovation costs. So the question, and why we all here, why is it important to choose the right contractor for your renovation loan project?
Please tell us.
I mean, this is the T right here. So this very important choice will undoubtedly affect the entire project from start to finish. So it is absolutely critical to get this decision right from the start. You got to do your homework. This is very important. It will impact your project timeline, your overall project budget, and of course, how good your final result will be, those finishes. Your choice of contractor will also have significant legal and financial implications beyond just managing a project. So you want to stay in compliance with your loan terms and timeline. And you want to stay on top of your inspections and your disbursements, and you want to make sure that your contractor is completing those phases and getting and in turn getting them inspected and getting those payments, because again, that's progress and staying on that timeline. So the essential steps to finding the right contractor.
Y'all writing this down?
Please take these notes. Yeah, define your project needs. So as the potential homeowner, property owner, I really, anytime I talk to somebody, I've done hundreds of walkthroughs and estimates, probably going into thousands of walkthroughs and estimates over the years. And when I talk to people, I always try to educate. That's something that, with the renovation room, that's literally part of what I do. I like to share information. So I always say, you want to know as much about your project as you can. And again, with the tools we have, now we have AI, add that in, artificial intelligence, you got the internet, Google, you got all types of resources where you can find out a lot of things and about what you want to know and what you need to know. So you want to define your project needs. Define it and be fully aware of your scope of work. So your scope of work is your list, basically your everything that needs to be done for your renovation from start to finish. I always encourage people to, even if you can literally take a piece of paper and a pen and write down. You can start writing down a scope where it's just a list of everything you want done, and then you can get more detail with it as you want. But it's basically a list of the work that needs to be done, and it should always absolutely be in writing, always. And the good thing about renovation loans is that's part of the process. Whether it's a 203K and you get your bid on repairs or your specification of repairs from your HUD consultant, those are structured to give you that full scope, detailed scope of work that you need for a successful project. Establish a realistic budget and timeline. Budget challenges have been, I've been on both sides of that. I've seen some underbid projects. I've seen some that are overbid. And particularly with underbid projects, you run at risk of your project coming to a halt. You run into all other kinds of issues. So you want to make sure that you educate yourself and work with that HUD consultant, if you have one on your type of renovation loan, to know what that budget should be, and your timeline is very important as well. And identify your expected outcomes. With a 203K project in particular, your assigned HUD consultant is very important when it comes to this step, as I stated before. Research your contractors. Look for professionals who have experience with projects similar to yours. If you got a gut rehab, you want somebody that you can see that have done gut rehab projects in the city of Chicago, especially if you're considering financial options like 203K loans. Consider factors such as expertise, reputation, track record when evaluating potential candidates. Online reviews, as I spoke about before, referrals from friends or family, that's the old tried and true method there. And professional associations, like I'm gonna speak later on, we have a Renovation Room Contractors Association where we do a lot of this work up front for the customer.
Y'all know I ain't just bring anybody on here.
That's right.
No, when you say research your contractors, and I don't want to make the slides longer, I want them to understand, like, the research is within the client and they can do all the things that you said, but keep in mind that somebody can show you somebody else's pictures. Somebody else can take different things from somebody else's website. So, you want to kind of trust and believe, take a visit to a project that they did after COVID.
Yeah.
Y'all heard what I said? After COVID. Any project before COVID, them prices ain't the same prices. So they don't have experience yet. If they haven't done a job after COVID, it's not the same. It's not the same life anymore. Just
yeah, absolutely. And that's very important. I'm glad you interjected with that, Natasha, because site visits, any contractor that's reputable, that's doing what he need to do, you should be able to pop up at his job, at any active job site he has at any time, and he don't have to prepare. He don't have to clean it up. You don't walk in there and you tripping over materials in the middle of the floor. That's actually a huge pet peeve of mine. I love to keep a nice, neat, organized job site. So don't let your eyes lie to you. If you go somewhere and you just see mess all over the place, chances are that might be a disorganized contractor, and that could be one of the red flags. So, and that's something that I try to teach our guys all the time. Check credentials. Ensure they are licensed to perform the type of work you require in your area and municipality. Additionally, confirm that they carry adequate insurance coverage, include liability and workman's comp insurance in certain cases. I haven't seen too many renovation loans that require workman's comp. That's more of a commercial project type deal, but you just want to. Yeah, not required. See, thank you.
Yeah, we don't require it. Just so you guys know, you don't have to be a approved FHA 203K contractor. We're going to approve you, the contractor. So we're going to check their references. We're going to make sure they have insurance, and we're going to make sure they're licensed in your municipality. So we're going to take care of that for you. But if you're doing a cash transaction, then you want to do that for yourself.
Nice. Yep. See, that's why you're the pro. So yeah, and then okay, so some municipalities and project types also require bonding. The city of Chicago doesn't usually require that. Usually a bonding thing is in like the suburbs, Matson, Hazel Crest, Country Club Hills. It just basically is an added protection that a contractor would have to get a bond in that particular city or village to be able to be registered there and do work in that town. This is extra protection for you as a customer. This is another critical aspect to consider as it provides financial protection in case the contractor fails to complete the project as agreed upon. Protection, protection, protection. Here are some essential steps to vet contractors effectively. Vetting. Ask for references. Reach out to past clients. Inquire about their experiences working with the contractor. So usually, and here's another thing with renovation loans, and I usually teach guys, and I myself keep like a digital folder with references in it. So at any given time, I could fill out or send off references. Basically, you have to have that for most renovation loan paperwork anyway. So that's another great reason to do projects utilizing renovation loans. They take care of a lot of that on the front end for you, including aspects like communication, problem solving, and adherence to project timelines. Review past work. Look for evidence of quality craftsmanship, adherence to project timelines, and effective budget management. Interview potential contractors. Conduct interviews with potential contractors to assess their suitability for your project. Again, if you want to go do site visits, you could even these days, again, with AI, you don't even have to know. You can go in ChatGPT and ask it, give me 10 good questions to ask a contractor on a site visit that I'm considering for my project. It'll spit out 10 questions for you that easy. You can go on that openai.com right now and get that done. So it's a lot of ways to really be ahead of the game out here. Key qualities to look for when choosing a renovation loan contractor. You want somebody with experience with renovation loans for sure. They should be familiar with the intricacies of the process, the necessary paperwork, and the requirements involved. And signing up for renovation loan lending as a contractor, there's usually a packet of paperwork that you have to fill out that ensures that you are insured, you have your license, you even have to fill out an application in some cases where you list in certain lines of credit with certain places that you capitalized and you're qualified. So, and a lot of this is actually kind of a barrier for better or worse to some contractors because some guys just don't want to deal with the paperwork. But in your case, you want somebody that can definitely handle that paperwork. Financial stability, as I just spoke about, since loan disbursements for renovation projects are mostly paid in the form of draws upon completion of the work done, it's crucial to work with a partner who has the capital and resources to sustain progress throughout the entire duration of the project. So usually you're getting paid in draws after you complete work. Again, this is another thing that I'm being 100% transparent and honest here tonight. Some guys don't like that.
A lot of guys don't.
Yeah, a lot of right. I'm still trying to figure it out.
75% of y'all don't like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Let's talk about it.
But and I'm glad because you know what I tell guys. I said, wait a minute, okay, understood if you don't. But if you're capitalized, if you got money, when I can say capitalized, you got money in the bank. Usually a renovation loan, if you estimate it right, you're going to get proper pay, labor and materials costs associated with that. So they're great projects to work as long as you got your numbers right from the beginning and you'll work a successful project. It's a win for the client and it's a win for you as a contractor. But you still, like you said, Natasha, still guys that just don't want to front that money. If you're on your system, if your system is built the right way and you roll through those phases, the checks come in, and you're getting paid by the bank as a contractor. So it's no, you complete it, the HUD consultant comes out and inspect, you get your check. A lot of times you get it, wired or paid direct deposit. So you don't even have to get a paper check or cash or anything like that.
And I'm gonna give you guys a little few lender tricks. First of all, you want to be the person, I don't recommend that you do the you want to have it where you sign off on the contractor. Because if you get mad at your contractor on Wednesday, he fasts on paperwork on Friday. We didn't know you fired him. Now he didn't get paid. So we have a little box that you're going to check that states, do you want to have to sign off on the contractor draws? And you're going to click yes to that. And in addition to that, when we're talking about financial stability, the reason why 75% of contractors do not want to do a quote unquote 203K is because they are starting the job with their own money. Even if you're paying cash, when I did my first rehab, I wrote a check for $40,000 to the contractor. I did not know this man for Adam. I could not sleep, y'all, until he caught up to that 40,000. I was like, yes, sir. No, sir. Because I'm like, he could have just literally walked on the project. And that is definitely things that have happened to people. So that you start the job with your own funds, and then the contractor is, they will complete the task. If it's a HUD consultant, the consultant will come out and check the work and then guarantee rate to cut the check. Oftentimes the rumors is it takes forever to get paid. It really doesn't. If the contractor knows he wants to get paid on Friday, order your inspection on Tuesday so we can get the consultant out and we can get your check cut on time. So I can work with the draw department to make sure we're getting them paid, but you do want to work with a contractor that has some skin in the game. Y'all both need to have something to lose, not you giving $40,000 and they may not show up. It's a business relationship and it's a business arrangement. I will tell you on the 203K streamline, that is the only one where once you get permits and we never give you any money, we will give the contractor half of the money up front. And then when he finishes or she finishes, because I love my women contractors, then we'll give you the other half of the money at the end. There is risk in that, right? Because we do have their insurance, but it is possible that a contractor can run off, right? Because you're giving them half up front. But pretty much all of our other loans, conventional, VA, FHA full, they do have to have some skin in the game before we're going to release that money. And we will advance for materials. So we will give some money up front for them to buy materials, like you have to order doors and windows and they're going to take a long time. So there is some ways to get some monies quicker. But just so you know, you want to work with a contractor that has a few dollars, not that's robbing one project to pay this project. And then they're always trying to catch up and somebody's going to lose at the end of the day. And it's definitely not going to be the contractor.
Yeah. And that's a deadly cycle to be in for sure. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's definitely a bad situation to get in. And then the streamline, those are usually any project under $35,000 in our budget.
35,000 total, including all of it. And we won't throw them off on the numbers tonight. We're gonna bring them back to another conversation for that. But it can't include anything structural. So if it's only 10,000, but it's structural, then you're still gonna have to have a consultant. And what is structural? That means you removed a load bearing wall. If you took a wall down that wasn't a support wall because you wanted a bigger room, that's not structural. It's only when you're doing a load bearing structural wall, and your contractor will show you that in your walkthrough.
Got you. Understood. So then, like you said, strong communication skills, and you want somebody that communicates not only through talking to them, again, in this age with these cell phones in our hand, I always get on guys all the time about no call, no shows. There's no reason in the world humanly possible why you should have a no call, no show in 2024 with a customer. I mean, you could text, email, you could Facebook Messenger. It's a ton of ways to get in touch with people if you can't make an appointment. So you want somebody with strong communication skills. You want to look for a renovation loan contractor who prioritizes open communication and provides regular updates throughout the process. So now we're going to look at the dreaded warning signs, aka red flags, to watch out for when you're looking for your renovation loan contractor.
Would you please back up one screen? I was taking pictures of them.
Okay.
The previous one right quick, please.
We're going to email it to you too, Sam. We're going to give you the whole side fact.
Yeah, we're going to send it because we're recording.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thanks for paying attention to the slide.
For sure. I love to hear that you're taking notes. I mean,
I'm emailing you right now, Sandra.
So So these are red flags. These are things to look out for when you're vetting, when you're looking for I like to say contracting partner, because this person is going to be with you for a while on especially on a larger project. So that I look at it as a partnership. So you want to look out for anybody that lacks the relevant experience. Experience isn't just about the number of years in the business. It's about having the right expertise for the job at hand. So if you got somebody that specializes in rehabbing kitchens, or you got an uncle that's done a couple bathrooms, and you coming at them with a 3-flat gut rehab on the south side, you might want to rethink that, because it's a totally different type of project, and you want to make sure that who you're using has experience doing the type of project that you have. Poor reviews or unresolved complaints. I mean, that speaks for itself. You want to take the time to read reviews and testimonials from previous clients. Pay attention to recurring complaints or unresolved issues. Google is great at that. I mean, the Better Business Bureau, the internet period is a great, social media, is a great way to do research in that way on people. Lack of proper licensing or insurance. Licensing and insurances are non-negotiable when it comes to projects, and in particular renovation loan projects. So that's not even with a renovation loan, that's kind of taken care of for you.
You're not closing without no insurance. We got to be able to
there you go.
We got to be able to sue somebody.
There you go. So that's not even one you even need to worry about right there. Overly aggressive in securing a contract. If a contractor pressures you to sign a contract before you've had a chance to fully review it, or tries to rush you into making a decision, it could be a sign of desperation or a lack of respect for your needs and concerns. Again, with a renovation loan, there's a whole process, so nobody can really force you to sign any. You sign all your paperwork at your close and with the bank, and you got a HUD consultant. You got a lot of protection when it comes to renovation loans. That's why I always recommend them to customers, to people, to take advantage of them, because you got a lot of built-in protections with renovation loans. But if somebody's a little thirsty, just beware. That's translation. Insurance success.
And then just really quick, Sandra had a question. Can a contractor be changed during a project if the quality of work is poor and it looks like they are taking shortcuts? If you can, how long is the process? So that's kind of like an open-ended question, Sandra. You can change your contractor throughout the project process, but if the contractor and you guys are not agreeing on what the balance is, that can cause a delay, because you both have to agree to end the relationship. Which is why we're having this presentation, so that way you can kind of do that diligence and screen your contractors in the beginning. So that way you can choose that right contractor. Will you choose a bad contractor and switch? Yes. But you just have to make sure, in our bids are broken down by labor and materials line by line. So in that particular situation, we can check off what was completed and pay out. So they would just be suggesting that he closes out at a certain place on the bid. You agree, so you guys can agree that this is the final check, and then you both agree to part ways. And yes, you can change your contractor multiple times if needed, but we're hoping that we can guide you to finding a great contractor through this presentation.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So now we want to here are a few tips on ensuring success, finalizing your choice for projects. And these are just general suggestions for any type of project, but of course they mostly apply to also for renovation loans. So get everything in writing. And again, with a renovation loan, everything literally will be in writing, and there's great protections in that. You want to ensure a detailed contract outlining all aspects of the project, including deliverables, timelines, responsibilities, and payment terms. And again, most of that is taken care of literally in your renovation loan paperwork. Clarify any vague or unclear points before finalizing the agreement. Ask those questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question in any of this. You want to ask any questions and get those answers up front, especially before you finalize your choice of your contractor. Ask those questions, because you may ask the right question, which would be something that would tip you off that maybe it might not be a fit, or maybe this is a fit. So just make sure you ask those questions. Write them down. ChatGPT, go Google what are good questions to ask when I'm interviewing a contractor, and don't be embarrassed to whip out that paper and ask them off of the paper. Include warranties or guarantees. Those that, again, that's included with most renovation loans and whatnot. So that's taken care of for you, I believe. You want to set clear expectations for sure. Define specific milestones and checkpoints to track progress and ensure alignment. Establish a realistic payment schedule. Again, that's taken care of in your renovation loan, but this is just kind of, overall project, some things that can help your project be successful. Determine the frequency and channels of communication. I typically, when I take on a client, we either have weekly or bi-weekly meetings via Zoom, like we're doing tonight, or so it may be at a project site. I use some different systems, but you communicate. Oh, you want somebody that communicates too much rather than not enough. In other words, so if you get somebody that just don't want to communicate, or that might be something where you say, okay, this, and a lot of times you might not find that out until you enter the process, unfortunately. So when you ask in some of those references, ask them about how this person communicates. How do they get information to you, and how often do they meet? And so most people will be glad to share that with you. Plan for contingencies, changes, especially with some of these over 100-year-old two flats and structures in Chicago. You every time, I always say, a lot of us guys in the trades always say, when you demolish a place, you will find something most of the time that you didn't plan for. So you plan for contingencies, and again, those are written into your renovation loan, so that protection is there. Anticipate potential challenges such as delays, changes in scope, or budget overruns. And again, the contingencies usually would handle the budget overruns portion. Discuss procedures for addressing scope changes, additional costs, or deadline extensions. Build flexibility into the contract to accommodate changes without derailing the project. All right, so here are a few resources and tools for successful renovation projects. So here are a few websites, and I mentioned some of these, but if anybody wants to take, if you want to take notes, or this will be sent out to you, these are just some quick starter points, and there are many more other resources and websites. So again, the Better Business Bureau, verify your contractor credibility, and that's www.bbb.org. Most people are familiar with the Better Business Bureau. So this is a site that a lot of people utilize, the Illinois State website, to find out if a business is in good standing in the state of Illinois, and then that's usually an easy search. If you got their business name, you go to this website, type the name in, and it'll tell you if something as small as being in good standing, not small, but if they are in good standing or not in the state of Illinois. Then you got various city, town, and municipality registered and licensed contractors listed on websites. Most towns and villages have a list of and that's another way. There's another way you could possibly find good possible contractors is you go to, like, say, Park Forest, to the village hall, and get a list of their registered contractors in town. And then you can kind of search that way. You can look some of those people up online and see if they have websites and whatnot. But that's another good way to possibly find good contractors. And then you got the renovationroom.com, which is
who is that? Who is that? Who is that?
Shameless plug. So yeah, and I'm gonna speak a little more on this, but again, we have an official contractors association that's going on a year old on July 1st. We started July 1, 2023. Well, we basically do a lot of the things that we're talking about tonight.
It's only been a year.
Yeah, y'all know, right? Man, Jesus. Yeah, it's been.
And how many followers you have?
Oh no, I'm talking about the contract association. No, the group.
Oh, I was gonna say, now I know.
Yeah.
Renovation forever.
Yeah. We started an association of actual vet contractors that are active in the group. We started that on July 1st of last year because we recognized that we just had to step our game up when it came to keeping scammers and bad actors out of our group and community. So we stepped up it's a lot of things that we do on the back end to make sure that if you put an ad in that group and if somebody touch it, then we're familiar with them. We have paperwork on them and the whole nine. So then there's some templates that you can have as well. And this is more so kind of for the contractors, or contracts, establish clear terms. But again, that's taken care of for you in the renovation room loan paperwork. Another advantage to that. Project timelines, that's another contractor type tool. But in customer, you definitely want to be aware of your project timeline and stay on top of it. And most of your qualified good contractors are very aware of a project timeline and can provide you with that. Even if it changes, as they do, they're aware of what are we doing week 4 to 6, what are we doing week 7 to 9, and they can show you that clearly. Budget sheets, tracking expenses, and again, you have your paperwork that lists all of your costs, your labor and materials costs outlined in a renovation loan paperwork. So that's another beautiful advantage to those types of loans and programs. So here's some software that we discuss. So project management systems. This is something that I utilize a ton. You got examples of this: Build-A-Trend, Procore, and etc. In particular, my company, we use Build-A-Trend. It's basically a project management software where I link all of my subcontractors and architects, anybody to do with a project into this system, into this project folder, and also the customer. So I can, like, if you become a customer of ours, we link everybody in. You get access to that also. There's an app on your phone with Build-A-Trend, or you can get on your desktop. So any day you can log in, you can pull up that Build-A-Trend app, go to your project folder, look at your project. You can see day-to-day notes. You can see pictures of progress. You see your project timeline, as I just discussed before, outlined. You can see that as a customer. And it's a number of other advantages to that. And that's actually helped me because, again, I used to have weekly or bi-weekly meetings with clients. Build-A-Trend helps with that communication. It's an ongoing, like, you literally see what's going on with your project every day. So that's something that I'm really, we've added in a lot of our subcontractors in, teaching them, training them how to use it. And it's made our systems a lot more efficient and we get a lot more done. Estimating services and systems. So like I said, and this is something I'm starting to teach our guys as well. I'll just be straight. There's some guys out here that don't know how to estimate or are not good at estimating. And that's not a knock against them because estimating can be very difficult. I'm literally still learning. I've been estimating for years and I'm still learning new things every day. So one of the things that we've kind of instituted on my end is utilizing estimating services for certain projects. So basically we would go with a company that does estimating as a business, get their estimate. And by me knowing how to estimate and doing it for years, I can look at these numbers and say, okay, yeah, this may be a little high, this may be a little low. We can adjust that. But I get that full gut estimate to me real quick, and I can go through your BOR and just and get it back to you in a timely fashion. So I tell guys, if you have a hard time, and a lot of guys, with their workload and trying to run their own admin and that, they get a little tied up. So I say, man, you have to figure out what your weaknesses are. And you might have to contract those things out. You might have to hire an estimating service if it's taking you 2 weeks to get an estimate back. That's way too long. So those are some of the things that we preach as well. Helps to solve the over and under estimate problem with many projects, as I just spoke about. And then again, communication apps and tools. We all know about all the social media apps, and we know how to have fun on them, but I also teach guys how to use them to help propel your business, help communicate with your customers, help get messages out. I use Messenger I use Messenger strictly for business pretty much. WhatsApp, there's an app called Slack that I use to communicate with different project managers within our organization. Teams, Zoom, like we're on Zoom right now. And it's a ton of things, and technology is definitely a great thing to have in the present day, man, because it just helps out with so much that we didn't used to have. So now I've been talking about it. So now I just wanted to explain kind of the Renovation Room and the Renovation Room Contractors Association to anybody that may not be familiar with it. So the Renovation Room is a network we built to link our communities with great contractors and construction companies since March 1st of 2018. And I'm glad to say that Sister Natasha Robertson has been I don't know if it's always been guaranteed rate, but I know Sister Natasha Robertson, whoever she was with, has been a tremendous supporter to the Renovation Room since the beginning, from sponsoring our picnics to different events. And we really appreciate you. And we look forward to fostering and growing our collaboration and relationship with you. But yeah, basically Renovation Room, I started as an idea. I said, look, I got a lot of walks in my life, grew up on the South Side, moved to the South suburbs, when I went to high school, went to Thornton High School, played sports, went to college, Eastern Illinois University. I got a lot, grew up, I got a lot of friends and like white collar, blue collar. I know a lot of different types of people. And I feel like one of the things with me is I'm kind of good at bringing people together. I recognize that at some point. So I said, you know what? In 2018, I was talking to my wife, Donita. I said, Nita, it's a lot of horror stories out here where people getting taken advantage of by contractors and projects not getting done, and it's too much of that. And me and her, we kind of go back to 2003 as investors and doing a lot of our own work, and we became GCs and for friends and family, and then it became in the 20 teens taking on more projects and then a renovation room, and it's kind of grown from there. But I said I have a nice network of guys that I can introduce to all of these different people I keep hearing horror stories from, and that's kind of what we did. I said I'm gonna just start a group on Facebook, put everybody together in a pot, and let's see what we can cook. And present day, like we go 32,000 plus and growing over 100 a week. And I'm just thankful to be a tool in that and helping that those relationships grow. We absolutely yes, indeed. We absolutely welcome everybody to join the original Chicagoland area Facebook group, the Renovation Room, which now, again, I said more than 32,000. It's about 32,500 plus now. And then we get every Monday, we have a welcome message, our automated welcome message, welcoming new members. And it's always over 100, 150, almost 200 sometimes. But to me, it's not about bragging about that number. It's about saying we're doing something right because people are coming. They're continuing to join. And it's not always roses. Like we have some difficult stories, and we work behind the scenes. We've handled a ton of situations behind the scenes over the years. If I could write, I'll probably write a book about it one day, and I won't mention names. But yeah, it's been some stuff. But it's been growth and learning and knowing how to like get people to come to agreement, and handle situations. So we've kind of gotten good at that. So we have since started to grow the network in other metropolitan areas and social media channels and networks with the same original goal in mind of linking contractors and the community. So Atlanta, Houston, Detroit. What happened is we started here, and Atlanta, I think, was the first offshoot. We had a business in Atlanta a couple years ago, and when I would go down there and we were building out that business, a lot of the same issues we had here that I spoke about, where people couldn't find good contractors, is the same thing everywhere. Philadelphia, Jersey.
That's the renovation lingo.
I swear. So that's I said, you know what? And then so people literally be like, we see what y'all doing there in Chicago. You think we can start? I said, of course, man. I mean, I'm not there. If you there, we'll start it. I'll show you kind of what we do, man. We add contractors and just network and grow from there. So we're looking to grow those other metros as well. On July, and again, as I spoke before, on July 1st of 2023, I recognized that it was time people were calling for this for some years, but it took building a lot of back-end infrastructure in place to really be able to do this the right way. But people have been asking for vetted contractors in the renovation room for years. And trust me, I've been thinking about it. I've been up at night, a lot of nights for years thinking, how do we do this? How do we do this? It's a free platform. How do we do this in a way that we can make this make sense and do it? So we finally figured it out and launched on July 1 of last year with the Renovation Room Contractors Association. And it's our official association of quality proven and vetted contractors and construction companies of all types, all trades, HVAC, electrician, painter, handyman, you name
Somebody
it.
asking for a general contractor, you refer.
Trust me, we got those. Yes, indeed. You got probably about 70, 72 general contractors in there right now out of the 150. So we continuing to do that. So, and then I get into how you can submit projects through to us and how that works as well. So yeah, again, overall, we are here to serve the community. So we welcome you to submit your project requests via our website and in other ways, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And I mean that. We literally get requests either in the group, via the website, or other ways. I get people message me personally, which I welcome. And then I'll just show them how to send me their project information. And we get that. What happens is, say if you're looking for, like, somebody just asked about a general contractor, say if you go on a website and you fill out you go to Find a Pro and you fill out your form, that project information will go to that subset of general contractors in our network, and they in turn will reach out to you to coordinate estimates and discuss your project further. And now we're actually building to take it a step further to actually list on the website those companies that are in there. So you can look up painters, you can look up electricians. We're working on that as we speak. I'm hoping to have that out by the summer. So not only will you be able to submit and get people to reach out to you, but you can also go in there and look and say, oh, I want to try Daryl Davis, my electrical work, or Derek Hammond, I need him to come and repair my appliances. Or what you will be able to look and see. That's something we're very excited about this to come. And so that's the website there that I spoke about. And then the Finder Pro is a button that you can click when you go to the renovationroom.com. You fill it out. And so I encourage this for 203K and renovation loans for sure. I always, when I talk to people, I say, just send this project through. And I always welcome you. I even welcome people if they get people reaching out to them. Some people want to go the extra step of finding out, okay, can you help me additionally? I got 3 people that reached out to me. How are these 3? And can you kind of rank them or give me the pluses and minuses? I can actually do that sometime with people, and I welcome it. And then that's an email address if anybody ever wants to email us with any questions or concerns or anything like that, 24/7, 365. And then that's our phone number if you ever want to call us. If we don't answer, you leave a message and we'll try to get back to you within a business day. And so now this is one of the things that we are working to what I found, and again, been doing this for 6 years with the Renovation Room and working with a ton of different contractors of all types, all walks of life, you name it. And the one common problem that I have identified some time ago, but working to fix is admin. How many people on here have had somebody no call, no show them, as I spoke about earlier? How many people have had, and I'm not laughing, I'm just saying it's quite a bit, I'm sure. How many people have somebody that you have them come out for an estimate, you don't get an estimate back, or if you get it back, you get it 2 weeks or 3 weeks later,
or they never call you back.
Or they never call.
I just had the contractor come out to be at a apparel place, and they never and it's somebody I've been knowing for 10 years. He won't even call me back.
Yeah. That's so those days over. And you're right. And I run into it myself. Even having, of course I'm not gonna mention any names, but I run into it myself. Guys stand me up. And sometimes that equates to dollars. I mean, you taking off of work, your time is, I always tell people, time, it's 2 things I don't play with, your time or your money. You know what I'm saying? And so if somebody's taking off of work or they rearranging their schedule, you want to respect that. And if you can't, at least communicate with them. At the very least, communicate with them. So what we're working on launching here real soon is something called the Renovation Room Administrative Center. This will be for our member contractors to help alleviate that admin part. So a major goal with the Renovation Room Contractors Association is business growth and development assistance for our member contractor and construction companies. We definitely try to help people improve their business, help them get insurance, help them get more licenses, more training. Those are in the back. What people don't see is those are a lot of things that we do on the back end with our member companies that want to take advantage of those benefits. We're very excited to announce this new system that will be available to all of our Renovation Room Contractors Association companies real soon. July 1 is when we anticipate launching that. We'll be starting actually with some people on trial basis June 1st. But though all of those lists of phone calls, email management, calendar management, some guys don't even have a calendar where they set these appointments up. So they try to go off memory, or they handwritten notes somewhere, and they just forget the appointments, and it reflects horribly on your brand. So my thing is always with them, man, Nike is not no call, no showing you. Walmart, Amazon, those brands are those type of brands for a reason. Consistency, dependence, you can depend on them. So this is what we preach as well. The administrative center is being constructed with the aim of supporting our contractors and providing more communicative, efficient, and quality-driven services to the community and all customers. And again, we go live with this July 1st. I'm very excited about this. We're interviewing admin assistants as we speak. And we're just looking forward to just, again, making this whole, what used to be disorganized space in the contracting world in the Chicagoland area. My goal and purpose is to help to try to organize that as much as I can. So to recap a bit, the significance of diligent contractor selection. Choosing a contractor for renovation projects funded by loans is not merely a matter of convenience, it is a strategic decision and very critical decision. We've underscored the following reasons why this choice demands diligence. Financial responsibility. Again, finances at the end of the day at the very top of the list with your project. You want to get it done. You want to get it done under budget and on time. Quality assurance. Again, of course you want quality. You want your project to be the diamond that you envisioned when you first walked through that property when you were starting the loan process. You want it to turn out to be what you dreamed it would be. Compliance and legalities. I mean, you want to make sure you're compliant and we get things done on time with the bank so you don't have mortgage payments starting to jump in and you still haven't moved in yet. That I've seen those types as well. Amidst the excitement of embarking on renovation projects, it's easy to feel pressure to rush through the contractor selection process. Always take your time, as the right contractor is key to project success. Please take your time. Don't rush. Don't take somebody just because your best friend absolutely recommends this person. Always, you know, the old statement, go with three. I would say go with three. Get you three. Even if you find one that you think is the one, just get two more and compare them and go back and sit down either with your spouse or your family and put your nose down around the kitchen table and discuss these people and treat it like because this is a very important. Again, this is I call it contracting partner. You're going to be with this person in some cases for months. So you have any lingering questions or require additional guidance on navigating the intricacies of contractor selection and renovation loans from a contractor's perspective? For sure, we are here. And when I say we, the Renovation Room and anything affiliated with us, we are here to assist you. Please feel free to reach out to us and our team. We'll be delighted to provide personalized advice and support tailored to your specific needs 24/7.
I'm calling you at 3 a.m.
I know. I was just about to say, some people think I'll be playing when I say that, but my wife need to get on my case sometime. But we actually got people round the clock. We literally, people reach out at all time, you know, with reason, y'all, please. But no, we get, you know, sometimes people get emergencies happen, pipe breaks. You know, I had a lady put in a request yesterday, had a bat in our hallway in Hammond and put an emergency request in. And I immediately sent her 3 pest removal companies right away. You know what I'm saying? So we here to serve, you know what I'm saying? I really mean that. I love this and I love doing it. So again, I know Natasha's going to end this all, but again, we welcome any questions or feedback. And here's some ways to connect with us with the Renovation Room. Of course, we mentioned the renovationroom.com. And that site is being updated as we speak. We hope to launch a new version of that likely in the next couple months, new updated version of that. Email, as I spoke before, admin@therenovationroom.com. We typically try to respond as soon as possible and no longer than 1 business day. And that phone number, again, if you call it, nobody answers, you can leave a message and we will try to work to return your call in a business day. Facebook, you can go on Facebook and type the Renovation Room up there. You probably see a million groups pop up. But yeah, you can literally go on Facebook.
Find the one for your state.
There you go. Go to the one with 32,000 people in it. If you want to start in that area, that's the one. Go to the big one, and everything else will kind of work from there. We on Instagram, IG. We use that to educate and announce events and this great picnic that we're going to partner with Guaranteed Rate on this summer. We're excited about that. So the IG channel is basically education, information, and events. We share a lot with our Instagram channel. TikTok, believe it or not, what we found is the younger generation, that's probably their preferred method of social media and information. So we definitely have a presence on there and we're growing it. A lot of our younger contractors actually have their home pages on TikTok. So I'm a bit older, but I said, no, we need to have a presence on this platform because we have a wide range of customers and contractors. So we're on TikTok, YouTube, that we're looking to grow that. Again, informational videos. Education is huge, if you can't tell, with the Renovation Room. We got a ton of stuff coming, following Natasha's lead and Guaranteed Rate. They educate like you wouldn't believe. And that's been an inspiration to us. So we definitely, that's something I believe in. I overshare sometimes, but I love sharing information and helping to educate and in threads, you know, we just like getting the word out. So in a long story short. And so with that, I turn it over. Hope we got some good information out to everybody. And Sister Natasha, take it away.
Well, Mr. Russell, thanks. I know we put some pressure on you, but we appreciate you coming on and talking about that. We did have a question from Javon and Terry. If anybody has questions, please go ahead and bring them in. We definitely like to, not keep you guys too long, but we definitely want to answer your questions. And Javon asks, what happens if the contractor gives an estimate and then later discovers additional work is needed? So I'm going to take that on the lender side. So I'll take that question. So we have what's called a contingency, right? And you can do, if the utilities are on, we hold 10% of the project. So if your project is 100,000 and the utilities are on, we're going to hold a $10,000 contingency. If no lights are on, we're going to hold 15% on FHA, and that's 15,000. For conventional and VA, we're pretty much holding that 10% contingency. Now, say for instance, you have a $20,000 problem. There is only going to be $10,000 there for you if your contingency is 10,000, which is why I'm bringing Kelvin here for you today. Because if you choose the wrong contractor, he underbids your job by $60,000 and you only have 10,000 in your contingency, now you're what's called stuck, right? So sometimes you get the low bid and sometimes you get the high bids. If you don't get two low bids, then it probably can't happen for that price. So I always tell my clients, call 7 contractors. Only 5 are going to call you back. Maybe 3 might show up and you end up maybe with 2 bids. If you do that exercise, blame it on me. If all of them come, be like, my loan officer, Natasha, made me get all these contractors, but I'm really going to go with you, and tell them all of that and just get your bids. So that way you end up with some options. And like I said, if you only get 1 low bid out of all of those contractors, then 9 times out of 10, the contractor cannot do it. Now, I did find somebody who went with the lower bid. I was comfortable with it because I'm like, look, it's probably not going to work out. He had extra cash in his account, so he went with the lower bid, but he did end up spending that next amount on that bid. So keep that in mind. And I do see my things going, hey, Diara, nice seeing you. Thank you. Can you swap out items on the SOW on the specification of repairs, SOR, to make up for the shortfall on the contingencies? Yes and no. So that was Miss Sean Pinkston, who I love dearly.
What's up, Sean?
Hey, Sean. So you can swap out if it's equal. So like if you were in your appraisal report, you had 5 bathrooms and now you want to swap out and have 3. Well, now that might not change. That might change your value because we're giving you tomorrow's value today on a renovation loan. So keep in mind that whatever changes you are going to do or swap out, they have to be equal and they cannot negatively affect the value of the home. And then, yes, you can do it. But we prefer you to choose the great contractor in the beginning. Let's just see. Can you touch on the role of the HUD consultant can contribute to the success or failure of projects? Terry, this is a really good question. And yes, you can get a bad contractor, you can get a bad loan officer, and you can get a bad HUD consultant. I can recommend a HUD consultant. When I'm recommending the HUD consultants, it's because I'm comfortable with them guys. It's not because the other people in the world can't do it. But a lot of HUD consultants slow up the bidding process. They're lazy. They want you to give them the contractor bid first before they'll give you their write-up. Now we waiting weeks. I can't order the appraisal. So always try to go with your lender on the consultant, just because we are trying to get you through the process fast. And a lot of agents, especially on the north side, won't touch a 2 or 3K until I get on the phone with them, right? Y'all, I'm gonna call him back for you, but they don't want to take a 2 or 3K because they think they're gonna take forever because they get in those situations with those consultants. So try to use me as your lender, and of course, try to use a HUD consultant that I refer. I do have about 7 for you, but they can make or break your deal. What was the AI source you recommended as a good source? That's going to be for you, Mr. Russell.
Oh yeah, ChatGPT is a good one to start with. OpenAI.com, I believe, is the website for that, and it's free. They do have a paid version, but it's free, and I utilize it quite a bit. But you go in there, you ask it, like I said, you can go in there right now. You go to OpenAI.com right now, set up your free account. You can say, give me 10 questions to ask a contractor during a walkthrough that I anticipate hiring for a project, and it'll give you those questions. And you can even email them. You can take those questions and email them You hear me say email. That's another good thing that a contractor should be able to utilize, especially a general contractor. You can email that contractor those questions before you even make your visit. So you have a lot of power as a potential customer and client utilizing these tools, and you can get a lot of information even before you go to that initial walkthrough for sure.
Besides 203K, what are some other good renovation projects? So that was from DBCC. So I am Natasha Robinson. I am your loan officer, and we have 203K. We have VA renovation. We have home style renovation, and we have our Freddie Home Choice renovation. So we have a multitude of different options. I am your girl, which you are not putting the property in an LLC. You're going to keep it in your name. You're going to pretty much live in the property for almost all my programs, except I do have one investor program, which is pretty much 25% down for one unit only. You cannot do an LLC, but we do have some trust options on the purchase. But once you exceed that one unit on an investor, I will be referring you to hard money, medium money, or other banks that can help you with those types of loans. So thank you for asking, but we do have multiple renovation loans available for you guys in the process. And I actually did the same thing with the AI. I Googled questions to ask Mr. Russell, but he pretty much answered. I'm like, what are the questions we're going to ask the contractor today, so I could have it together? But he kind of pretty much went over that. I just want you guys to know that renovation loans are not easy, right? If you don't have savings, something will always go wrong on your renovation loan. Have a contractor here tonight for a project I did 3 years ago, some things that I had to update that wasn't finished, that I wasn't aware that wasn't finished, but I had to get done, right? So with that being said, there is no such thing as a perfect renovation loan. Something will go wrong. You have to do your research. Don't go all in and you have no money left for an emergency, because I promise you something is going to happen where you're going to have to spend a little bit of extra money than you expected, even if it's just that you had budget for a this tile, and then you went in the store, you had a $2,000 budget, and now you just got to get this $5,000 budget because you just have to have this this tile on the floor. So keep in mind something's going to happen, and prepare for that. And if it doesn't happen, God bless you. Please send me your testimonial. But with that being said, something I guarantee you will go wrong on a renovation loan. But with these loans, you can gain a lot of equity. You can come in as the home owner, not the investor, and bid against them for a few extra dollars. And guess what is the difference between you and that investor? You are not looking to flip. So you have a little more bandwidth, and now you can make the same amount of money that might take us 10 years to put in our 401k in equity, just because this tool was available. But there are some people out there who don't have a successful renovation where it can lead to foreclosure and them not making their mortgage payments. So for 2024, I am here to educate you and prepare you and set you up for success. And I'm going to be giving you guys the real truth. And it's not about closing a loan, because I close lots of loans. I want to close successful loans so you can share your experience, you can share your success, and we can increase our home ownership numbers through this program and every other single program that we have available. And before I drop off, I don't see any more questions. Oh, I do see Aisha said, is there a reason why LLCs are not acceptable? That is such a great question. Is there a reason why LLCs are not acceptable? And the reason why they are not acceptable is because these loans are not for an investor, right? You can house hack like I did, and that's another class that we'll have soon. But these loans are not for investors. When you say LLC, you are screaming that you are an investor. You probably are not going to live in this property, right? And I know that with social media, everybody is setting you up to be an investor. But for these loans, you have to be owner occupied. You have to live in them for 1 year after construction. And LLC just reads investor, and the bank is doing business with you, because if you don't pay your mortgage, they're going to foreclose on you. Versus with LLCs, I think there's different layers, and you have to talk to an attorney about that. But we don't allow them for whichever reason. And it's just the Ginnie, Fannie, Freddie government engines do not allow them. They used to back in the day, but they don't anymore. Will you be able to get recording of this review? Yes, you can. I see Sean said may not even live in the state. Yes, you may not even live in the state of the property. So we don't allow them. That's the number one question I get all the time. For the investors, they don't have to live in the state on the 1 unit 25% down program that I have. But I've been doing this for a long time, y'all. I closed thousands of loans over the time I've been in the industry. And the number one thing my clients be like, do I really have to live there? Can I just put a mailbox? You have to live in the property for 1 year. After you finish the rehab, it's a short-term opportunity for you to put 5% down. And many clients, they want to buy the house first, and 6 months later, they want to come back and buy the building, and that's very difficult. So if you want to get into that, and I won't go deep because now we're going into house hacking, and I'm reading the chat, but I did want to see where Nina was. I know, Nina, you had Nina is my #1 renovation referral partner here at Guarantee Rate Affinity. So I just wanted her to bring her on to say hi. If she was out there.
Hello.
Hey.
This was excellent. I mean, I just learned so much from you, and I appreciate the renovation room. I actually got some flooring done in my house through the renovation room, so I'm really excited about that. But and I'm talking about January 1st, 2024 till now, I've been able to help real estate agents get their clients into properties because using these renovation loan programs. I've been able to help buyers, and I'm talking about this year, and I did the metrics right before getting on this building. I mean, on this on this Zoom, we've been able to already help people get hundreds of thousands in equity with just a handful of renovation loans. Usually that money would go to an investor. But what we're doing, we're putting it right into the pockets of the people who are going to own it. This is your investment strategy. This is your retirement plan. This is your wealth generation project. So I want you guys to understand. And if you're agents out there, give renovation loans a try, right? If you're listing a property, give renovation loans a try, and please consider our buyers, because we put so much work into ensuring that not only are they well prepared, but that they understand the renovation piece, setting them up with a great HUD consultant and wonderful contractors throughout the process, and meeting that 37-day closing.
Awesome. And I'm Loans by Natasha on Instagram. That was Loans by Nina on Instagram. And I have one more surprise for you, Mr. Russell, if you can show just the last slide. I gave him all the slide power today, y'all. Is it one more slide on here? It's not one more? Okay, guys, so the next event next Thursday, and it's a commitment. I've never done this before with, doing a weekly series. This will be the 3rd week. I'm bringing to you Brandon the broker. He works with April Troop from Tad Realty, who works with Jamal King, and we have tons of all off-market properties that haven't hit the MLS. So he's going to be going over that. So tell all your friends that we are bringing off-market properties with the virtual loan renovation conversation, because we want to bring not just contractors, we want to bring you properties. We want to build you relationships with banks. We're going to have Cook County Land Bank on here. We are going to do everything that it takes for you to be successful in 2024. And guys, it slowed down and I got a little bit of time, so I'm about to go crazy with it. I have been wanting to do this for over a decade. So I am so excited to bring everything that we're going to bring to you. I did have one more question, maybe two. Can an owner-occupied build from the ground up with this type of loan on a
That's
FHA?
a good one.
That's a great question, Patricia. So you can tear a property down on a 203K, keep the existing foundation and rebuild, but that is the only way you can do it with a renovation program in my box. I do have other lenders that will allow you to do a new construction. And as a matter of fact, it's called one-time close, and they will let you do new construction up to a 4-unit property with 5% down up to $1.3 million. So that is a new program that is not here yet, but it's available. And like I said, me and Nina is here. We are here to help you get to the finish line. So if I don't do it, I study programs in my sleep. I will refer you to who can do it. I partner with other lenders from all banks. It's my job to know what the other banks do to make sure I'm working for the right company. So I'm always out learning what's available. So whatever I can't do, I definitely can refer you. And then can the owner who is the GC do the build? I don't know the answer to that question. I know on the home style renovation, like Sean, I know your husband's a contractor, so he can be the contractor and you can be on the loan. So you can be related to the contractor on the conventional loan products. The 203K, you cannot, but we have different rules for different things. But I will check that because Sean, I didn't know I was going to talk about that program today, but I know that you want that program. But it is up to 4 units, 1.3 million, new construction, gonna be hot on the market, and it is crazy insanity. So we will be going over that. Look at all these DMs coming through for this new construction. I love y'all. I love y'all. So we'll make sure we bring that. But Brandon's going to be bringing some off-market properties. If you are agents on the call and you have off-market properties, email me. We'd love to showcase you to bring off-market properties to our followers. Follow me, Loans by Natasha. Follow Nina, Loans by Nina. Follow the Renovation Room, and we will definitely see you soon. Thank you guys so much for spending your night with me. Thank you, Mr. Russell. And I am so excited for all the work we're going to do in 2024.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Thank you, sister. We here. We here. Here to
See
support.
you guys.
See y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.